Hello and welcome again. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to make this shiny weapon glow so you get it ready for your action game or your RPG or whatever you need. We'll be doing textures in Substance, and inside of Unreal Engine, you'll learn how to make the materials and the Niagara system. The project files will be in our UNF game store on free training, and if you want access to all of our premium tutorials, make sure that you become a patron. So, I'll be seeing you. Hello and welcome to this new tutorial. So I am here in Unreal Engine 5. I have already created my VFX tab, materials, particle, texture, and I have already created or well chosen my sword hero. What we're gonna do in this tutorial is, well, this is an improvised sword, hilt. This is the blade. It goes off the document, whatever. So what we wanna do is we wanna make these small flares just panning upwards slowly on the blade. We're gonna have different several of these on different locations so the effect does not look flat. We're also gonna have a big blurred flare just panning around faster, making the other flares bright up in color. We're gonna have small sparks just flying upwards in a curve, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna look really nice. So let's go to Substance and make these small flares, which should be really fast. They're really simple. So let's create a new document, and this document, let's make it on height 1K, because since it's a small flare, we're not gonna use the space too much. So let's make a starburst, and on branches, let's say it's 2. Okay. So now let's see, let's do a transform. Let's make this bigger here, slightly bigger here. Let's blur it. Blur HQ, quality. Perhaps that's good. Now let's blend it with itself. Now, if we put on add, you're gonna see that yeah, this works, right? This it's glowing fine, but you see this pure white center. This pure white may be a problem because when when this texture is put inside a material and the material inside a particle system, if you have any kind of color, that color is probably gonna fade out, right? Once the particle's life is over. So this pure white has no transition. When the particle dies, this white chunk is just gonna disappear, right? So everything starts disappearing slowly. This gray and these tones around here, and when it reaches to this white, it just plainly disappears because it has no more tones, right? We probably want to avoid this, unless we just shrink the particle and you just never see it because it just ceases to exist that way, right? But for now, we need to keep it in mind. Let's, instead of add, let's say we want a screen. That solves it for now. And we are only a few steps away. Probably just want to make this smaller, quite honestly. Maybe. Let's see, gradient map. Maybe. Yeah. Now let's do anisotropic color. We need 2 of these, but we will multiply it after. So let's say tide like that. Want to copy it, and this one turns 90. Now we want to blend it. Perhaps we can do add. No, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, this is looking nice, and we have this pure white here again. but this loses strength if we don't do the add. So we're gonna have to see how this looks at the end. That, and maybe this is not the shape that we're really looking for, you know? Maybe what if... Let's try something else. So shape. Let's see, paraboloid. Maybe a pyramid? Smaller, turn it 45. Even smaller. And the size... Okay, we cannot do it that way, so transform. Let's just shrink it. Tiling mode, absolute. Let's go on no tiling. Let's make it even smaller. Okay. Maybe like that. So we want a directional blur. Or do we want... Yeah, directional blur is fine. Intensity, increase it. 40 maybe. Maybe this is what we're looking for. Maybe slightly less. Let's try this one instead then. So instead of this starburst, let's just use this here and here. This seems to be a little bit too thick, I think. Or is it this bag? It won't leave me alone, really. It's probably this one. So intensity, style it down a little bit. This looks better. Although maybe this glow is a little bit too less. But, you know, for now, it's okay. And we want to make this bigger, right? Right now it's just so small. So transform. Let's hook it back in. Preview. And let's make it way bigger. So like that, I think it's fine. We could also make it bigger like this, but you see that white? It's so strong. Oh Lord. I don't think we can escape from that white right now. Well, can we? Overlay? No. Screen. Yeah, screen just lacks that punch so much. We're not escaping that ad. So we will probably just shrink this once it is disappearing, or maybe we just, well, if it doesn't work, if it's not working, just get back in the engine. We make this smaller, or make it smaller now. Okay, let's say that for now we are done with this one. So to export it, let's do RGB split. Oh. Now RGB merge, and let's hook them all. And now finally grayscale conversion, and let's plug this in. Now let's save this, and I wanna make a new, oh, not here. Well, you search your own texture, your own folder, sorry, and save it there. So I'm gonna name this one T Star Glow. Okay, and we'll go to the engine now. Back in Unreal, let's right click and let's import our texture, Star Glow. Let's double click, let's enter it, and let's make this an effect. Okay. Now material, right click, new material, and underscore star glow, and let's enter. This is a really simple material, we've done it before. So unlit, we want something additive, two-sided. Let's hold our texture, hold T, bring it up. We want to create a derive HDR from LDR. We want to hook the RGB on the tint, the alpha on the LDR, and we want to multiply this by the particle color. Here, copy this, here. We want to multiply this on the opacity. There we go. Just hook it here. But this one, we multiply it by the RGB color. And let's put it on emissive. Now we can see that pure monstrous white there. If we just put this one though, yep, we can see that monstrous white. But we will have to see if it really bothers us, and then we'll have to modify it if that's the case. Let's pre-visualize it on our particle and see if it's such a big deal. So let's go on particle, not the system. Let's just make a Niagara emitter. Let's say this is gonna be a single looping particle. Finish. Niagara emitter, star glow, and let's enter. So in here, the star glow, let's hold it. Let's paste it here. It's probably gonna be way too small. So even if it has not loaded yet, I know that probably 100. So we can see it nice. And of course, since this is looping, we won't be able to see when it fades away and if it bothers us, right? But let's say that we won't be able to see it fully. Why is it looking like that? Oh, we haven't even saved it. No wonder. Okay. I was wondering why it was taking that long. All right. I can already see that the glow that we put is way too small. We need something bigger, something that looks nicer too. So we need to go back to the texture. But let's see. So this particle loops and you don't see any cut. Perfect. So in particle update, let's type color. And we want this to fade in and fade out, right? So here we click on the arrow and we say color from curve. Okay. So now what we want is, oh, sorry, Control C. We want to hold this start and probably just move it to the middle and say that this is, well, you know, 1 is fine. But we need to put another dot here. And this one needs to be 0. Or not 0, but probably 0.3. What I want is not to see any cuts. See? Right now you just see it cutting because at the end this is being white, black. So you probably want to make this, I can't even click it for some reason. There we go, 0.3. So it never fades out, but it just goes soft and then bright again. This is nice. But on the color, I wanna bring it here to the middle too. I want to make this a 10. I want it to shine really bright. We see a cut though. Let's see. We see a cut because we need to put another particle here. Let's move it to the side. So this is not 10. This is 1, yeah. So 1, 10, and 1. And how does this look? Fades out, fades in, really bright. This is looking very nice. This pure white is maybe too big. Okay, so first let's put this, let's make this glowy bigger and then we put it on our animation. So let's get back to substance and modify that glow. So back here on substance, there are a couple of ways that we could do this. Um, let's say that we multiply this again. We blend this again. So blend. Let's just make another anisotropic blur and make one that is really strong. Wait, why is this? Oh, okay, so 90, like that. Okay, so this is way too small. Let's transform it. Let's make it way bigger. Something like that. And let's multiply, but let's multiply it by some noise, I think. Like this, probably. So blend them together. Oh, and they cannot because this one has no color, so quickly just some gradient. Okay, there we go. Now let's just say it's multiply. Let's blur it. Yeah, this looks, I think, fine. Maybe a little bit like that to add it a little bit more texture. What if we just do this now? That looks pretty. I think perhaps too much noise. Yeah, something like that. And do we want it bigger, maybe? And it's getting already way too big, so we might as well just make another. Maybe this is fine though. But this is again getting really bright, which scares me. How does it look with screen? Quite honestly, there's not much difference, but this is still gonna help us. So I will say that this is good and we should try, but let's just give it a little bit different color. What if, okay, sorry, let's preview the last one. What if, just to test, let's just save the old one. What if we just add some blue around here? Some really deep blue. Something like that. Maybe? Oh, okay, that's too much. Maybe this is nice. So let's test it out. Let's save it and let's bring it to the engine and let's see how it looks. So right click, re-import, and let's see if our texture looks better now. And that doesn't really look good. Those really bright edges here. This looks really low quality. Not good. Maybe we need to go back to substance and separate the background from the flare. That way we have control over the color of both and they don't get in the way of each other. Maybe at the end that's the way to go. So let's just put things to how they were, because also I think that this blue is not really working for us. So put back the old gradient, erase the new one, and this whole bottom section that we did, let's just separate it a little bit and use the old one. So let's replace for sure. Let's erase this one. And this bottom one, I believe that we can just bring some levels here. And we can, let's say, make them brighter. This is looking somewhat nice. Make it brighter and, also transform. Maybe make it a little bit smaller. Something like that. And the noise, probably this is as much as we can. Maybe Maybe that a little bit more blur. Well, we can and we should try. So this transform, we hook it to our setup here. And let's name this T background. And let's bring this to the engine and see how we can modify it. So now first let's just re-import this for sure. And let's import our background. Let's make this an effect. And let's save. All right. So let's make the material now. And material, right click. Maybe let's just make it an instance of this one. So here, just right click and make this a parameter. Click on apply. And let's right click material instance. And let's just swap the texture here. So hold your background and just replace it. It looks so faint. Okay, we either up the color or make it brighter on the substance. But for now, yeah, this is okay. This is looking better. Now we need some background here. That's fine. Let's create the system. So right click, create Niagara system. Well, let's rename this. So Niagara system, sort glow. Enter. Well, we do not see our star glow. So we haven't saved it. No wonder. So apply. Now we can see it. That was weird. And let's copy, paste it. And this one is gonna be our instance. So here, instance. Yeah, this is kinda what we were looking for. Okay, so let's make it a little bit more noticeable. Here on color, we need to up the brightness then to 10. Then it's too much. 5. 5 works, I think. 5 works. Let me see. So this should be a little bit wider though. A little bit wider. So we probably don't want to modify it here because we are already almost on the edge. So let's just in here, let's make it bigger just on the sides. So sprite size mode, let's say it's non-uniform. And oh, how was it before? Control C, it was 100. Okay, so X 100 and Y 50. Oh, so it is Y 100 and X should be 200 maybe. Sounds like, well, looks like it makes sense. Maybe 170 and maybe here 70. I feel like we need some more deep whites on the background. Oh, yeah, let's name this background. Here, just star glow. Let's put it on our character now and see how it's looking. So let's locate our skeleton. Mine is here. I erased all of the top tabs, by the way. They were bothering me. Let's locate the weapon. It's this one. Okay, nice. Now let's right click, preview asset, sort glow. And of course that the effect is on the wrong direction. That's okay. So back to sword glow, and here rotation mode, let's say these direct angles, and let's say 90. Same for the background. So rotation mode, direct angle, 90. Okay, now we need to move it a little bit. So here's our preview. Let's just open this up a little bit. We need to move it around a little bit more. So let's say, where are we? Position mode. Is it on Y? Let's see, 100. Okay, yeah, it is, but too much. So probably 10. And this one here, probably 10 too. So let's see. Yeah, we need it a little bit more. And I think that we need the animation to be more constant, more or well, faster. This feels a little bit dormant. So 15. Okay, yeah, maybe around here. 15. And here also 15. Or a little bit higher, 20. Where was it? 20 and 20. I just need to be around here. Okay, 30 for no one. 27, and that's it. So 27, and the color needs to go faster, right? So let's go back to color, and our lowest is 1, our highest is 3. So let's keep on making interpolations. So this 3, this 1, and this one here 1, this one here is 3. Okay. Now at one point something is wrong. So this is 1, 3, 1, 1. So we have 2 ones here. Yeah, that was the issue. Okay. Now the same should be for this background, and quite honestly, since we're already modifying all of this, we might as well just erase this and copy it at the end as the background. For now, is this more alive? Let's check the alpha as well and do the same thing. So this alpha is opacity 1.3. Let's do here a 0.3. Let's do here 1. Because this is 3. Oh no, we're actually doing it on the embers, aren't we? Yeah, we're doing it on the embers. No wonder it looked a little bit weird. So okay, so this is the lowest, this is the highest. This one needs to be 1. This one needs to be 0.3. This one is 1 again. 0.3. This one is 1. Okay. That should be it. Yeah, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Now, I think this is fine now. So now let's just make the duplication and say background. Let's paste the material. Sorry. Yeah, it's looking better. Maybe make the background a little brighter. So let's go in color. Let's make this brighter sometimes. So maybe 6 sometimes. All right, let's not forget to save. Oh, I clicked on import. Save all. Okay. One thing that we can notice when we turn our sprite is that it's cutting it here, and we need to modify the material for that. And also, the sprite is just following us, right? Here, it just turns this way. It's not following the place we put it. So we need to do a few things. We need to go here on spawn and type alignment, sprite facing and alignment, and we could modify this, but nothing is going to change because we're not telling the renderer how to act. We need to put alignment on custom and facing also on custom. And now it finally can follow what we were telling it to do. Right now it is just, I think, laying down. Is it? Yep, it is laying down inside of the sword. Useless. So, is it facing 0, 1? That seems not to be it. It actually disappeared. Okay. So, is this the side? Let's change the alignment first, I think. So 0 here. On here. Nope. Is it C then? Ah, it's C. And it's looking in that direction. That's good. And that's what we want. All right. What if we want it to turn with us though? Although if it turns, maybe not the greatest idea. Let's check it though. Oh, it is not this one. Good. You can see it here. And the alignment, we need to put it on also this one maybe? Oh no, it completely turns. Okay, so we probably just leave it like this. And what if we just move it to the side a little bit? So initialize particle 10. That is definitely not it. -2. Okay, -1. Okay, so it is a little bit to the side. That's good. And we have the first one. Now I'm thinking we could have this eternal particle here, or we could have several moving around and dying. We can try both options. So, oh, and we haven't touched our star glow whatsoever. And I think that now for sure we're not modifying this. So it is safe to pick it this time. Hopefully. Okay. Now we're glowing with our star glow thingy, which is good. All right. Now let's see if, yeah, let's copy this star glow here. Oh, and let's rename this again to background. Let's rename copy star glow and put it here. This one we're gonna uncheck. And we're gonna make this die. Let's solve this issue. We see it cutting here. We haven't solved it yet. So let's hold M here, go depth fade here, hook it on opacity, And this fade distance default, probably 5. Click on apply. And this doesn't look nice now. I mean, this doesn't look bad now. Okay, that's better. That's way better. All right. And now, again, we could have this one live forever. Well, this one. But let's try to have several dying at the same time. So we could either modify it from scratch, or we could just right click, add emitter, and add a simple sprite burst. Quite honestly, this is way more simple. So let's just erase this. And let's put our material. So start glow. Sorry, oh, sorry again. Let's just close this and close this. So, okay, start glow. Let's disable the background for a little bit. Okay. So the particle, let's copy the values here. So this is still random then. Uniform 100, okay, uniform 100. You can see it here. It's a little, okay, there we go. Okay, that's better. So we want this to die slow. So probably particle lifetime, what, 7? That, and we want it to have peaks. So here, color, and we do the same thing. Although, quite honestly, we can just swap this. So erase it and hold, oh, hold, is it Alt? Yeah, hold Alt. Okay. Now I just waiting for it to die. So this particle should not die on 0.3 now. Should die on completely 0. And it shouldn't start on 0.3. Let's say 0.9. Alright. Let's see how it looks on our... Did I erase my skeletal? Okay. Heroes, meshes, skeletal. How are we looking? Okay, we need to continue copying some things like this sprite alignment. Why is it not? Oh, okay. We need to also say custom alignment and custom facing vector. Oh, we haven't rotated it yet, haven't we? All right. Initialize particle, rotation mode, direct angle, 90. Now it is finally there. And let's move it around. So also the movement was 27. Okay, so movement here also 27. Okay. Now let me see when it dies. It just dies. Okay, nice. This can work. So we need to loop this, otherwise it's just gonna be dead and there's not gonna be any effect on our sword. So let's go on emitter state. And here just go with infinite. Let's say recalculate every loop. And in here, let's say random range float. So the duration of a loop can be either, let's say 0.2 or maybe 1. This does not look bad. Spawn only, it's fine. Spawn burst 1. So let's give them some movement and see how that looks. Velocity. Let's say not like that, of course. So 0, 10. That's way too much. Well, it should be -10, right? Hmm, that's way too much. This looks a little bit silly. So let's say the velocity should be like -1, probably. Yeah, like really slow. But it's spawning way too many. So in here, maybe 2, maybe 1.3 or 1.1. Let's see how it looks. The way it spawns, I don't like it. It's way too harsh. Like it just pops in. So we need to modify the alpha. Here, the alpha, it starts at 0 and it turns up to 1. Let's see that. Okay, so it spawns way more natural now. This difference is way too noticeable. And let me check initialize particle. What if we put this on 2? Oh, -1. So it pops a little bit to the side. Okay. All right. So we need to give it slightly more modifications to the differences in sizes right now. They are a little bit too even, I feel. So we could just go here, initialize particle, sprite size mode. We know it's 100. We could say this is non-uniform, and this one is random. So it was 100 before. Let's say that they're both 100, and let's say this is 100. Okay, so why modifies how thick it is? All right, we can say 10, and this one we can say it's probably 70. We never needed this thing though. 90. This is way too often though. Way too often. This needs to last longer. Let's say 6. And let's say 5. And the speed needs to be lower too. Way lower. So velocity -0.4 perhaps. Let's watch it slowly. Could be. But right now there are no more than 2 at the same time. And I don't like that. I don't like that. Well, that is because this is living for 7 and this loops is happening almost around there. So we probably just make it live 8.5. Then we're gonna see more than 2. Or well, 2 at least. Yeah, 2, but not 3. Yeah, that could be good. Okay, that's a good step. Let's save once again. Okay. Now let's see. So we get back here to the system and let's make more versions of this sprite. So first let's rename it. Let's say this is called What was his first name? Starglow. Starglow, and this is static. And let's make one that goes a little bit wider and a little bit faster, perhaps. And this is Starglow move. Okay, let's isolate this so we can preview it, and let's give it a little bit more speed. And maybe I would like it to just hover around a certain box. So maybe we do minus 0.4 and 0.4 here on velocity. Let's make something uniform. So 0.4 minus 0.4. So it goes both ways. Oh, there is one here, so we don't want this. Let's see. Let's definitely make it faster. This one is only 0.4 here. Linear. Okay, let's do 2 and minus 2 and see how it looks. We need to spawn more for sure though. So what about 2 here? That may be too much speed. It's gonna get away from... This can work, but... Oh, that's too much. Okay, so 3 is way too much. 2. Yeah, this can work. Although I think I will prefer a different sort, because this one is too thick. But for this, we can just put it a little bit more on the outside. So a little bit more on the outside. Let's see. Initialize particle -1. Let's say it's -2. Yeah, maybe that's what we need. But it's starting too slow, I think. Well, maybe. So we have these just going around. Perhaps we need them to be, well, less velocity. 1.3 minus, or actually I want to know where the minus takes us here. Okay, so yeah, -2 is fine. We can leave it like this for now. Okay, now let's enable this glow static. This one remained on the spot. Let's make this perhaps a little bit smaller, only a little. So 90, 90, 80. So now we have both of these selected. We haven't touched the background yet. I think I need them to shrink as they die. So scale sprite size. And we need this to go from big. So 1, 2, perhaps 0.3. And we need to share this here too. Perhaps, yeah. So now there is one key thing. When these turns, we can see this flat plane, right? And we will want to modify our material, so whenever we start turning, this stops showing, right? This around here should cut. You should see nothing, right? And this is why we start making some other planes that are gonna look different according to the locations that we see it, right? Okay, so let's get to the material and let's start modifying it. It's actually a quite simple modification. So let's get into the star glow. And we right click, we type fade, and this should be fade based on view angle. And we need to multiply this by our or well, on our opacity. So we go here, we go on opacity now. Let's click on apply, and let's see exactly how that looks in our particle. So we start turning, and they start fading. We could do a little bit more, and maybe we modify it. But for now, as always, this looks fine, this looks good. We do not see any hard edges. And of course, again, we need to add some more planes here so the effect does not look flat. But okay, this works for now. Let's save it. Slowly. And now, well, we now need to make some big flare here in the middle, probably. Here, something that is static and does not move. So maybe at the end, this eternal particle is gonna work. We just need to put it a little bit deeper, I think. Oh, great. So let's isolate this. Initialize. We probably want this on, what, 50? A little bit more. 60 maybe? Or 55? Let's say 60. Okay. And same as with these ones, we need to put it on. Oh, this one is, yeah, -2. So -2. Yeah, there we can see it better. Okay. And you can also see the fade node that we put, right? Okay, and this one perhaps needs to be bigger and softer. So particle, uniform sprite size. Well, we probably don't want it uniform either. So non-uniform. And let's see, where is it? I cannot see it here. Perhaps it's too small. Maybe. So let's say 100 and 100. There we go. Okay, so if we put 10 here, okay, it's really small. So we need something like 150, maybe. And here, 50. Okay. Now a little bit more on the base, I believe. Let's see where the rest of our emitters spawn. Yeah, a little bit more on the base. It's way too far. So 60, let's say 45. Yeah, that can work. Let's make it slightly softer. So this is 1, that's fine. Let's say it's 2 and 2. Oh, and 1 again there. Okay. So this one is 2, not 1. Yeah, I think so. Well, do we make it like this, or do we make it also fly downwards and merge with the rest? Hmm. Yeah, I think maybe we shouldn't have anything static on this effect. Everything should be moving. Right now, this move. Okay. We need, yeah, we need this moving. It's not gonna work like that. So let's disable it. Maybe we should erase it, but well, for now. And this one is repeating. So let's just copy this and again paste this. And this one, only one spawn burst. And let's make this velocity only goes to the minus. So -1. They only go minus, maybe -0.5. And the color is fine. We need to adjust the size now. So sprite size. We probably don't want something random since it's just gonna be one. So just uniform. Oh well, non-uniform. Nope. Is it random uniform? Nope. Okay, I guess this is good, but let's see. So probably 90. How was our alt configuration? Quickly, it was 150 and 50. Oh, so it was just something simple. Okay, 150 and 50. And just 150, 50. And sometimes it comes out as 30, 130, and maybe 42. And it just goes down. Yeah, but we should put this one more to the side. So how much to the side was this one? 45. 45. Let's see it behave. Okay, this is fine. Let's see. Okay. All right, so far so good. And we turn and this disappears. This is nice. So far so good. Now we need to make or well, let's configure this background because we've left it forgotten for quite some time now. We've made so many emitters already. So let's enable it. And well, we probably want a background for each of these. So let's erase it again. We've erased it so many times. Let's probably just move this one to the side. And this one just stays for a little bit and vanishes. So we copy, we paste it, and we replace the material to this. Is the color way too soft? Because I cannot see it. Nope, I cannot see it whatsoever. I wonder why. Let's put some bigger colors, I guess. Let's say 10. And here 10. It is not appearing. Oh, yeah, it's really soft. It's really soft, and this should be bigger. Yeah, this should be bigger for sure. And not so soft. So 2. This is 10. 2. 10. 2. Oh, it went back to 1. 2. It still goes back to 1. That's an annoying bug. 2, 2, 2. And this is 10. Don't tell me it goes back to 1. Okay, nice. Now let's make it bigger, ORL. So let's add like 50 to each. So maybe just 100 here, and maybe just 120 here. Okay. All right. Let's see how that looks so far, and let's disable this too, just to preview it. Okay. I don't like that way too many appear. Or is this just one? Maybe it is certainly too big. Let's shrink it a little bit. Let's rename it for sure. So background. Let's rename this and let's shrink it. So I want to know which one does this modify though. Aha, I can see it now. It's here. So 1 and 1. I cannot see anything there. Control C, Control C. 1 here and 1 here. So 1000. Okay, so this is wide. All right. This is wide. The wide is probably not fine. So 150. Yeah, maybe something like that is good. One thing that I'm not liking that much is how square this background is. Yeah, it's way too square. So we will have to probably modify it on the engine, on the substance. For now, let's say it works like that. And let's do a -2 here. And -2 here too, on the offset. Okay. So we have these two ready. Now, this glow that moves, let's do exactly the same. So we copy it. We say this is background move. And let's change the material. And we should probably also change the size, just like the other one. So background, this is, oh, this is even smaller. Maybe that's good. 50 here. Okay. I'm liking that. Now let's put a background to this alone one. So we copy, we paste this one, or oh, sorry, actually, we need to rename this. So globig mid, we copy, we paste it, and this is background mid. Let's put our material, and let's make it so, okay, this one is not so big. Yeah, quite honestly, I like how this background looks here. We need to make this one be the same for this. It's spawning way too thick. Way too thick. So 42 and 50 sounds really good. Background move 42, 50, and here 42 and 50. Wait, was it the inverse? Damn. Let's isolate it. So where is it? Oh no, this is the glow. Oh no, big mistake. Ctrl C, Ctrl C. We need to hit the background, not the glow. So 42 and 50. Let me make sure I just modify this one too. Okay. Yeah, that looks smoother, I believe. This one is huge though. I don't want that. So background 4250. Let me just make sure twice that this is the right call. So 1000. Since we've moved it around, it kind of confuses me. Okay, this is how big it is. Yeah, this is fine. Ctrl C, Ctrl C. Maybe this is too much. 25 and what? 35? Let's see. This looks smoother. We could also make a sprite size. Well, it already has. All right, let's do the same for the other background. We really shrunk it to 25 and 35. Background move 25, 39 maybe, and this one is fine. Okay, so that's looking better. That's looking better. Now let's add we need to create a new texture, just of one of these just moving around really fast towards here, constantly, and evenly too. So maybe we just create the emitter for now, and then we can worry about the texture, because maybe, just maybe, we can use the background if we modify the colors enough. So which one do we pick? Let's just pick this background mid. Let's name this background cross. Okay, let's isolate this. We only want one. We want, okay, it lives for 8.5. This may be way too much. Let's say it's 4. And here the loop, just say it's 4.2, 4.2. Okay. So how is this looking? Okay, we needed to start on the base, so no more modifications here. 0, and it starts. Well, this is way too much. 27 was the base, I think. Yep, a little less. So 22. Yeah, this does not look bad. 22. And we do not want this big variation in color. So color, I think we can just disable this and create another one. Color. Let's make this a curve again. Okay. Can we locate it? I do not see it here. So let's do 100. Okay. I'm just checking what else we need to modify. So right now it's shrinking. This scale sprite size, we probably don't want it. And it probably is dying too fast too. So 7, and here's 7 and 7. Again, maybe, let's see. Because it needs to go across the whole sword. And yeah, we need something different, not this. But let's see. Well, let's make it run across then. So instead of minus, let's say this is 10. And maybe sometimes 8. Let's see, does it finish? It does not finish. It needs to go a little bit faster, I believe. Not live longer. 15 and 12. Yep. I just don't want it to go over this sword like that. So let's figure out the max. 13 and 13 here. Let's see it run across. Yeah, that's the max. That's good. So now let's make a 10 variation. Okay. We need to go back to Substance now and make something a little bit more interesting. I do not quite enjoy this one. Let's save, and I'll see you there. So, well, let's just, quite honestly, use this Starburst, this one, and let's just make it wider. So size min, increase it like this, and we say, let's just blur it. A little bit more. 30. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. And that's it. Maybe just something like this. Or maybe we multiply it with some noise. So then what about with this noise? Since we didn't end up using it too much, yeah. Let's copy it just in case. Let's say it's add, or well, not add, multiply maybe. Yeah, let's blur it. Blur HQ. More intense. Let's make it bigger. Now let's put the same configuration as this one. So the color, just copy it, probably like that. And sorry, let's just grab this tree and let's export this. And let's say this is the, not background, but big flare. Back to Unreal. Let's import the texture, the big flare. They look kind of similar, right? Let's make this be an effect. And we probably want if well, to duplicate this material, sure. But so big flare. And we want to make some modifications here, especially on the alpha. So let's say here, and this is a tree, so we can see it a little bit better. Let's change the texture, big flare. We cannot see anything. Again, let's just make it way bigger then. 100. We still can't see it, and I wonder why. Do we also need to increase the color? Let's see. Yeah, well, that's a little bit better, and quite honestly, I think this is something like what we're trying to achieve. Very similar. Okay, so let's go to the glow, and this background across needs to be this big flare. Let's wait for it to load. Oof, that's so strong. Our color is 102, so just one. Let's see now. Yeah, something like this, although softer. But yeah, I think something like this is fine. It may be a little bit too wide, and these three things I don't like them really. So let's go to the big flare material. Let's just say this is 50, and just, yeah, 50. Let's wait for it to load. Maybe like that, yeah. The shape here is a little bit irregular too, and I don't enjoy that so much. Well, obviously it is because of this multiplication with the noise. We could just have these, but what about if we just modify the blend a little bit and just some slight lines, and that's that. Let's try that and replace it here on big flare, and let's re-import it. All right. Okay. What about 10 now? Apply. These colors are 1, and in here it is also 1, or it's also 1. I would like something a little bit more shaped. Right now this just looks like a ghost. And the color, I believe, needs to be softer. So softer color too. Oops, sorry. Softer color, and the shape is not that good. So what this does is whenever this crosses our flares, it intensifies them. And of course it also gives them it also gives the sword a different motion, right? Right now this doesn't look bad, quite honestly. But maybe I would like a little bit more color, and a more interesting shape. This is just like a blob, and it's because of the strong blur that we've put. So maybe like that. Could be. Yeah, I guess so. Let's try that. We'll need to reduce the color again though. So big flare. Let's re-import it. How is this looking? Okay. So we need to make it a little bit wider, and the color it's definitely strong now. So let's save whatever this needs. And we no longer need to multiply this. We just go here, erase, erase, go here, erase. And let's make this background across be a little bit fatter. So 60 and 55, maybe. A little bit more. 78, 75. The color is not convincing too much either. It needs to be a little bit more light blue. I wonder if we can do it with this kind of nope. Should not move it that way, definitely not. Perhaps like that. Let's test that. So big flare. Import. Yep, this is looking better. I feel like it needs to be wider though. Like way wider. Again. Let's see. Yeah, something like this. Something like this. Okay, nice. So I see some variation here. This is fine. But what if what if we multiply these two on big flare? Let's make a small test. What if we multiply it by the background? So start previewing the node. So it's basically this one. Let's multiply it here. Multiply it by 0.2. No, it's too strong. It's fine like this. Just wanted to see if maybe we could be cheeky on something. Okay, so far we have one side. We need to start building up the middle and the other side. We also need the sparkles, or the sparks, and I feel like we need more flares here. This is getting too naked sometimes, especially here in the middle. Yeah, this needs to spawn faster, I believe. So background mid and big glow mid. Let's see. So it is always spawning on this location. Fine. It is dying exactly at this time. Okay. The loops are somewhat random sometimes. But if we put them to spawn too, how does that look? Okay, that's better. That's better. All right. So let's turn it around. It fades. This is good. Now let's probably make some go towards the tip of the sword. Or I know. We've made all of this. This one at the end we didn't use it, so let's erase it. But now we need to duplicate it on the other side. Right? And so let's just grab them. Let's copy them. And let's do the inverse. So this is 2. This is 2. 2. And 2. 2. And 2. And 2. We cannot see them from this side. But if we turn, well, we can see them from this side, sure. If we turn them, they both disappear. Okay, that's good. Okay, this is nice. This is giving it a little bit more variation too, since both are random. Now let's make the flares here for the handle, so it doesn't look so empty. So let's go probably here and let's see what to copy. So, well, probably any. Let's take the first one, the glow static. Although this one isn't static anymore, but let's take that one. Don't isolate it. So copy, space it around here. Okay. Now this one we can isolate. And we want this one, first of all, not to be although quite honestly, what if we make a particle that doesn't die here? No, okay, never mind. So 27, where is this? 27 is here. We need it maybe on 20. 20. Yeah, probably there is fine. Now we need to change the alignment. Let's erase the speed. Well, disable the speed. Let's now check the alignment. We need it on another axis. So facing, not here. Probably here. No, this is not where we want it. Oh, damn. Okay. We probably want it here. Cannot see it through here. Good. Can see it through here. That's great. Now let's move it to the side. So not -2, only 0. Okay, perfectly centered. That's great. We probably move it a little bit backwards. A little bit more. 15. Okay, now for sure this is good. And we want to make like something of an arrangement of probably 3 3 of them. So yeah, mistake, -2 again. So this is to this side, and we want another duplication for here and here. But first, let's take care of the color, maybe too strong, and it grows too big, certainly. So maybe instead of modifying the color, we can just say that this starts at 0.7. Okay, now we can just duplicate this. We can stop the isolation, and this one is gonna be 2. How is this looking? So if we look it from here, we need one more that is slightly bigger and stays in the middle. Okay, and this one is gonna stay in the middle. This is 0, and this scale sprite size probably is just gonna be 1. Okay, this looks good. All right, this is good. So we cannot see it from here. Yep, that's a good progress. Now let's center again. And I renamed the hills. Now let's copy this first glow static. Let's paste it here. And let's name this beam. Alright. I want this one to go across our sword. So let me see. So right now it is in this direction. So we do not want it the facing to be custom. We want it to follow our camera. We probably just want to, oh yeah. Okay, so now it's not following the camera, but now we need it to be bigger. So what about 400, 400, 400, 400? It's really huge. Let's make it lay down first before we judge it. So probably one here, and the rotation should be on the Y, not here. Is it fine? Yeah, it is. Let's move it a little bit to the right. So 35? Or is that too little? That's good. So let's see how it looks with the hole. That's way too much. Wow. Okay, so is it Y? Yeah, it is Y. Let's lower this for sure too. So 300, and this probably what? 240? 240? Yep. This looks a little bit better. And it shines. This probably works a lot better with a sword that is more straight, not this fancy one, for sure. But let's see, shine. Okay. Oh, it's not. Okay, there we go. A little bit longer, I think, or maybe just more to this side. So 48. Yeah. Okay. Here is looking fine too. We have stuff on the hilt. Let's put more on the tip as well, that we only can see from this angle. Yeah, because otherwise it sort of does look a little bit empty. And let me see. So this dies 8.5. This lasts 6. Okay, this is okay. Let's modify the color a little bit though. Don't want this kind of or you know, maybe it's fine if it dies sometimes and then it lights up. Although maybe we should give it, like, if this is a sword and you fight with it, maybe this needs to be faster. This needs to spawn way faster. So let's just test something really quickly, and I hope we don't have to modify all of this. Okay, let's isolate this particle here. What if this dies at 3? Spirit. If this dies at 3, and then the loop is at 2 and 2.5, yeah, it is better. So I'm sorry. let's modify that too. So, well, we can either erase all of the bottom and then just do minus, but yeah, let's erase all of the bottom because this is the left side. Let's modify this though. And so initialize particle, we want to set them all to 3, and in here 2 and 2.5. 2, 2.5. So 2 and 2.5. 3, 3, 3, 3. We've done so many. This is 7. Oh, this is the background. This one we don't touch. So this is 3, and how are we? It's 2 and 2.5. 2, 2.5. 2, 2.5. 2, 2.5. And 2, 2.5. Yep. How is it looking? Yeah, that feels more aggressive. We should add more though, because now, since they die so fast, they are so little, right? So little. Although having them on the back is gonna help too, but let's add more loops to this. So minimum 1, 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and this background is fine. Yeah, this seems better. It's better. We can also, for only some, we could the burst, say it's 2. The background, I think it's fine. Okay, this is 2, maybe 3. 3. I see that we lack some here. Probably don't want that. So let's give some a little bit more speed. This is fine. This is fine. This one, a little bit more speed on the opposite direction too. So -3, -2.5. Oh, this is only minus, sorry. So 2. Uh-huh. Load 4. Yep. This is sort of looking a little bit more lively. That's good. But sometimes the size is the same. So on this glow move, initialize. Yeah, probably here it's often with same. Okay. Now we can duplicate it. All but the last one. Let's move it to the side. Then we just need to do a minus now. So, oh, this is actually 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. So how is this looking now? Okay, it's way more lively. Now let's put some more sprites here on the middle. And these are the 3 ones. We can just duplicate them and put them a little bit deeper. That. And let's say that these 15, probably 50, probably 50, and 50. Yep. I would like them to be smaller though. Same size. It's not gonna look so organic. So all these 3. What size? Let's see. Which one modifies? There we go. That is more clear. So put 1 here and 1 here. Okay. So we need to modify that one. Control C, Control C, and probably let's say it's 50 and 35 or 34. 50, 34, and last 50 and 34. Oh, it's a little bit laggy. It's my computer, don't worry. Okay. Now let's probably make some sparks flying around. That, and I've noticed that we can barely see our background going around now. Let's make it a little bit stronger. And our background was... This is the beam, this is the background. Right? The one that goes across. Oh, no, it's not this one. Oh, it's on top, yeah. It's this background across. It's good to name our... Oh, they are not well aligned, are they? Something is going on there. We need to check it after. It's probably the beam. Yeah, -2. So 0. Okay. Now back to the background across. And this background probably we make it a little bit stronger on color, I say. Okay, what about 2, 2, 2? Yeah, we can see it a little bit more there. What if we make it bigger? No, it's fine. slower, that is for sure. So 10 and probably just 8. Let's save. And now let's make the sparks. For the sparks, I don't think we need a texture, just the basic of Unreal. So next to beam, let's add an emitter. Let's add a simple sprite burst. Waiting for it to load. Okay. All right, so some quick modifications. So we don't want any spawn burst instantaneous. We want the spawn rate. Let's set it to probably 100. Okay. Probably the particle just dies really fast, like a 0.7. The particle is also probably going to have a really high emissive value, so probably 7 on the color. Right now we cannot see anything. Let's modify the size as well, so not 50. Let's do, let's say, oh no, let's do random uniform. Let's say 1 and 3. I cannot see them for some reason. Can we see them here? No, cannot see it either. That's weird. We have this sprite material. Oh, it is just doing 1. So let's do it on infinite. Was that it? Should be, right? Let's wait for it to compile. And yeah, it's here, really small. Okay. Now, let's add some velocity. And this velocity, so we want, let's say, something linear, sure, but something random here. We probably don't want, let's see, 100 here. Yeah, sure, 100 there. And we want something like goes really fast and then pulls up. So right now, where is this? Okay, yeah, right now it is there. Now on update, we want acceleration force, and this one we do 100 on C. Probably something like that. Let's move it a little bit to the right though. So initialize particle, position 20. Yeah, probably 20 like that. Now, couple of things. This hole cannot be. So we need more speed on the Y. 100. It needs to die faster and a little bit more random. So here random. Let's do a 0.3 and a 0.5. Okay, that's good. We need perhaps a little bit more force going top, I will say. A little bit more force going top. Oh, and also, of course, oh no, we may have made a mistake. So I just realized local space. Our sprite burst, our sparks do not have to have local space, but these other ones, they sure do. All of them. So I'll do this off the recording and you should do it too. Everything should be on local space, otherwise when you play your animation, it's not gonna follow the sword. Okay. So what else? Yeah, so size, scale sprite size by speed. And this one, let's say it's 7. And this is Oh, of course, it's not gonna show. We need to go on sprite render, and here on alignment, velocity alignment. That's better. Now 7, and let's say 5, and this one is 0.2 and 0.1. I don't like this start here. That doesn't look good. We do not get to see it though, and I feel like we need more sparks, and this needs to be a wide angle, not just here in the middle. They probably need to be shorter and fly higher. So here, this not 7, probably 4 and maybe 3. Okay, now we need a location. Shape location. Like sphere is fine. Just probably 10. Oh, 10 is too much. Oh, actually 10. A little bit less. 5. Okay, that's better. Now we need more. So spawn rate, probably 200. And this, we need to make it a GPU simulation. Check fixed bounds. Let's go minus 300, minus 300, minus, sorry, minus 300. Is that better? Yeah. So acceleration force, probably need a little bit more. 200, maybe. And I feel as if we make them live a little bit longer. 0.7, 0.5. A little bit lower, perhaps, the location. So initialize particle. I was looking for it. Minus 10. Is it too much? It's way too much. Minus 3. Okay. How is it looking with our whole effect so far? Yeah. It's adding, I think, what we needed. I think that the curve is a little bit too high. Way too high. This whole bottom space is being left off, and I don't like that. So we probably make this acceleration force be on a curve, maybe, or we just put some more speed towards this 50. How's that? Not quite yet. Let's advance it a little bit to the right. So 24. Maybe it's too much. Oh, it's actually good. 24 is good. All right. So it still has this hole though, which I really hate. So okay, maybe too much acceleration force. 130. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. Okay, that's good. That's good. Now if we look this from the side or from the front, we can still see that this is very lacking, right? You see this sprite here, this sprite here. That doesn't really look good at all. So let's add more elements so it gives it a little bit more depth. We could add some more background here. And we should also, well, let's get to it. And remember to, for all of your models, click on local space. We'll do that off the recording. Once done with that, let's well, give some more depth here on the front view. a little bit more depth, because right now, yeah, we cannot see much. So let's add some on the tip, probably, or probably another glow here on the hilt is also gonna work nice. And I'm also thinking we probably push this middle one here with the hilt, because it is not bad if so if we add another layer that rotates as the beam, and these middle flares are gone, it's not gonna look bad, it's gonna look nice. But if we have these flares here in the middle, then you see empty spaces here and here, right? And you feel like it's empty. So we really need to get rid of this. It was a mistake. So hilt glow. Are these the ones on? Yeah, these are the ones on the hilt. These are good. And these ones that are on the middle, we need to push them back a little bit more. So if these are 15, this should be like 20 and 20 and 20. Okay. They're here close to each other. Actually, I cannot see them anymore. Where did they go? This one? It's just gone. I wonder where is it? We send them on Y. So we do 50 again. Does it appear? Oh, was it too much? Okay, so 35. It needs, okay, so it is too small. That's the issue. All right, no biggie. We can deal with that. So 35, 35, and I think it's fine. You see them here in the middle. It's good. What we do need to do now is make a like this. Looks fine. Let's add another layer of this beam though. So here on beam, this is sparks, by the way. Let's copy it, let's paste it. Beam 01, okay, fine. Let's perhaps change our material. Let's make it the Starglow instance. And let's test how it looks. So Starglow instance. Oh, I see it on the side. Why is it there though? Is it because this is just too big? Let's try yeah, you don't really get to see it. Let's try this big flare. This one should be more noticeable. Yep. So let's add a little bit more color. And then maybe we don't make it bright and then die. So we just erase this color here. Let's add a new one. And probably just a 2. And we accept. Oh, it backed, so 2, 2, 2. Yeah, like we are starting to notice it. It is not so noticeable though. Not sure if I like that. It's not that noticeable. Let's just go all the way. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Now let's see how it behaves. It just spawns really fast. That's not good. It just fades and then it spawns again, right? Let's see. Yeah, that's not good. That's really not good. So we need to modify the alpha then. This is a 10. This is fine. Here on scale color, we need it to, let's say that at 0.1, this is this. But at 0, this is 0. Would that make it better? Let's see it. So it spawns. It is starting to die. And then it is no. This is no bueno. This is not good. Control C on this. Control C again. Yeah, we'll probably just modify here on color. So scale alpha, we want a curve here. Float from curve. And let's see if this one pays attention to us. So this is 0. And at 0.1, it's gonna be 1. Is this better? Let's see it die. Yep, this works. This is better. Now let's just group them all and right click and go for auto, which makes it a little bit smoother. Let's see how that is looking now. So it glows and then the shine. Okay. One more. It's way too big, I think. We still need to modify that. So initial it's particle. Is this okay, clearly this isn't it. So sure, maybe 320 is better. 320. And this just 100. Just 100. It needs to be something faint. Now, pops. Okay, so one last modify to this beam too. And not 10, probably 4, 4, 4. It is just getting way too strong. Yeah, something faint like this can be nice. Let's now see the big picture. We see that the sparks are a little bit weird. Yeah, I don't like those sparks at all. And on our sword, if we look it from the top, okay. If we look it from here, all right, some depth. Okay, let's fix those sparks. That, and I can barely see this going along. The more layers we add, the more invisible this becomes. Let's increase the color again. So this is background across. We just increase the color a little bit. No biggie. So color, let's say it's 4. And here 4 too. Oh, it just, I don't like this bug. So 4, 4, 4. If you just type it here, it never bugs. All right, did it bug here or is it fine? It did bug here. Let's say it's 3 maybe. I like that better. It's way stronger. Now, the last thing, let's check these sparks. Let's make two sets then. One has a local space, which means it follows the movement of our animation, and we will clone it. And let's say that this one, of course, this one is not local, but it spawns way less, like 30. Let's wait for it to compile, and let's save. And let's see how it looks. Let's check it. Okay, it's looking good. Let's check it here. Yeah, this is looking very nice. Oh wait, no. See these ones on the bottom? Let's see that identify which one is doing that. So this is the local space sparks. These are fine, behaving like expected. Okay, so it is the other ones. It's these sparks. So what can we do to avoid that bottom from happening? Let's see. What if it's just a normal attack? What's the reaction there? Well, this one looks fine. Ability R. This one is fine too. It's just this angle. It is just this angle that is not that favorable. Okay, so maybe for this one we can just up it a little bit. Because remember that we pulled it down a little bit so it could fit. So let's say 0. Higher perhaps. About 5. Yep. That seems to do it. Now let's preview the whole thing then. This is looking very shiny, very nice. I like this so much. And curiously, I know that this sword wasn't the best pick. We probably should pick something more flat again. But if we just look at the particle, I really like how this looks as a sword alone. So, well, let's preview a couple more. Everything's working, I think. Yeah. This is looking nice. Okay, so we created these shiny flares. We made them pop in and out and be bright. And well, I hope that you learned a lot. I hope this wasn't too heavy as we created way so many emitters. And I should improve that a little bit. But I really hope that it was useful for you, and thank you so much. I'll see you on the next tutorial.